When danger was near and time was tight, these officers stepped in to make it right. Officers discover a bobcat hiding underneath the vehicle and carefully remove it. In a tense indoor situation, officers confront a wild turkey that had made its way inside an apartment.
Got him. Hey! Well done. Alright, now I just don't know what to do.
Freeing the turkey to the wild. In a controlled rescue, Michigan State Police respond to a deer stuck in a fence outside a home and carefully work to free it.
You wouldn't happen to have a floor jack, would you?
That she answered the phone and her...
So, ready?
Through.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Come on. Yeah.
In a routine emergency response, an officer breaks into a locked car to rescue a dog suffering from extreme heat.
There we go. Come on, Dad. Come on. Actually, okay.
The dog was later found to have a temperature of 103 degrees. In another roadside response, officers assist a large swan stuck near a bridge and guide it back to safety. In another incident, officers face off against a protective mother goose while attempting to rescue her trapped babies.
I know.
After carefully cutting the fishing line, both goslings were successfully freed. Meanwhile, officers use an unconventional method, baiting with a pumpkin muffin to safely rescue a German Shepherd.
Eric, try this. It's my wife's pumpkin muffin.
Look what I got, puppies! Come here. Yeah.
Shortly after, officers assist a raccoon with a mayonnaise jar stuck on its head, ensuring it can safely breathe again. Meanwhile, officers are seen corralling a loose kangaroo moving through a roadway, attempting to contain it without harm.
I think they still won't assist in apprehending. SWC would have to do that.
Go, bananas.
Yes, we have captured the kangaroo.
So now what do we do?
In a more tense encounter, police track down and capture an escaped kangaroo after it had already struck an officer.
Even the park supervisor at the Oshawa Zoo.
Okay.
The footage captured the constable struggling with the kangaroo.
Meanwhile, officers respond to a deer trapped in a hammock and work together to safely free the animal.
There we go. Look up.
In a remarkable moment, a mother goose appears to seek help from an officer for her gosling tangled in a rope.
Officer Sharon wasn't afraid of the goose. After freeing the tangled bird, the goose said her thanks and carried back.
Shortly after, police intervened to rescue two swans stuck in traffic, preventing a potentially dangerous situation.
You're okay. Oh, no. Yeah. Just sit on it. Got him. Yeah, I got you. Thank you. That's the male? Yep.
They safely put the swans in the trunk, preventing them from getting hurt. In a roadside rescue, a trooper saves a bear cub stranded in a highway ditch.
The lost bear cub didn't realize it was being helped. Reached his patrol. Officials say the cub was released to the...
And officers use a blanket to safely catch a kitten fallen from a tree, preventing injury.
Come on, cat. Got it. Come on.
In another rescue, an officer carefully pulls a dog out of a canal, bringing it back to safety.
Come here. Sit down.
Meanwhile, officers in Columbus respond to a loose pig wandering through the west side and manage to capture it. The pig was loaded into the back of a police wagon so that it could get warm before humane agents took it away. Shortly after, bodycam footage shows an officer assisting a deer with its head stuck in a bag, carefully freeing it. In a more intense situation, an officer works to rescue a trapped deer, taking a cautious approach.
So yeah, quit yanking on that leg.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
See, it's a working leg.
At the same time, troopers step in to rescue a cat stranded on a freeway, preventing a dangerous situation.
Oh, you got him. Nice job, Lauren. Oh, that's such a cute guy.
As conditions worsen elsewhere, officers work together to rescue multiple animals from a nearby wildfire.
Come on, get in. Come on.
Glad they could drive away safely. In another unusual call, a police officer captures a 6-foot-long illegal snake after it escapes. Shortly after, an officer is seen handling and arresting a small alligator during a call.
You are under arrest. You gotta leave their grandmas alone. We're gonna take you downtown.
In a surprising encounter, a curious bear approaches a vehicle captured on an officer's body cam.
Hey, buddy. Alright. I'm gonna get back in.
In a later moment in Ohio, police officer helps a 7-year-old successfully catch a large fish. And officers respond to rescue 2 dogs trapped in an icy pond, carefully bringing them out.
You coming? Come on. You need help? Hi. Hi. You coming? Come on. Come on. Hey, buddy. Come here.
Meanwhile, officers work together to guide a giant ocean sunfish back into deeper water after it becomes stranded.
Turn right back into it.
In a more unusual situation, a hungry bear cub is found inside a supermarket and carefully wrangled by responding officers. Shortly after, officers rescued 2 baby deer that had fallen into an in-ground swimming pool and were unable to get out.
Yeah, hold on to him. Hold on to him. Get him. Alright. Here's one.
In a delicate operation, an officer safely retrieves the dog stranded on a narrow window ledge. Meanwhile, officers respond to a call involving a bear trapped inside a vehicle and manage to free it without escalation.
Got it, bear. Hey.
In a tense encounter, police confront and capture an alligator in a parking lot.
It's easy now.
The situation is brought under control without injuries. In another attempt, an officer tries to catch a second alligator, carefully approaching the animal as it resists. During an emergency response, a brave officer helps guide cows out of a burning barn, preventing further harm. In a separate incident, police successfully capture a python after it is found loose in a public area.
Alright, I'll help you if you hold his.
When a pup is trapped in a hot car, an officer smashes through the window.
Yeah.
Let me, you don't mind holding him? Let me.
He acts quickly to get the animal out safely. During winter conditions, NYPD officers rescue an injured bald eagle stranded on icy water.
It's alright, bro. It's alright. I think he's fine. I think we're good. Now. Yep. Right here.
In another urgent call, officers break into a vehicle to rescue a dog left inside a hot car with the windows closed.
It's gonna at least 30 minutes.
And I'll drink out of pouring out the water. Come here, pup.
In a quieter moment, an officer provides water to a visibly thirsty dog during a routine interaction. Meanwhile, officers assist a coyote that had become stuck in a tree, carefully helping it back down.
There it is. Good work.
In Florida, officers escort an alligator across a roadway, ensuring both the animal and drivers remain safe. In a high-risk encounter, an officer catches an alligator bare-handed inside a swimming pool, bringing the situation under control. In a calmer moment between calls, an officer is seen playing with a stray cat, briefly turning duty into companionship. Shortly after, a snake causes chaos inside a police station, slithering in and suddenly lunging toward a man. In contrast, another officer calmly offers a treat to a stray cat, creating a quieter, more controlled interaction. Back on patrol, an officer carefully guides a mother duck and her ducklings across a dangerous area, ensuring they reach safety. In another rescue, a Chicago officer responds quickly to save a dog struggling in Lake Michigan. Similarly, officers work to free a deer that had become trapped in a net, carefully cutting it loose. In colder conditions, Spanish officers respond to rescue a dog stranded on a frozen reservoir. Meanwhile, in Florida, officers assist in safely loading a captured alligator into a trapper's van. In a more urgent situation, officers use kayaks to reach and rescue a dog struggling in open water. Rhode Island officers respond to another cold weather emergency, rescuing a dog from a freezing lake. Even trained units have their moments, as a canine forgets it's on duty and attempts to nap in front of the fellow officers. Away from police work, a fox is seen chasing a squirrel around a tree stump in a backyard, creating a brief but lively scene. In another unusual encounter, a man successfully helps guide a bear out of his truck after it somehow got inside.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, another officer assists a skunk that had gotten its head stuck in a McFlurry cup. In a different call, officers work to stop a runaway horse moving through public areas.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey, whoa!
In another emergency response, officers rush in to rescue a dog struggling in the water, carefully pulling it to safety before it could drown. An officer helps a frightened puppy whose head had become stuck in a fence, gently freeing it without causing harm. In a more unusual call, officers assist a 100-pound family tortoise, carefully handling it and ensuring it's safely relocated.
True heroes! True heroes! Rocky's home!
Meanwhile, officers respond to save a blind pigeon that had become trapped inside a car trunk and couldn't escape.
Yeah, that's a pretty big bird.
Kevin.
This is Kevin.
Kevin. Yeah, I put. Oh man, thank you guys so much, man. You guys.
In another heat-related rescue, an officer quickly intervenes to save a dog locked inside a hot car. Away from emergencies, the canine briefly forgets duty and runs off to enjoy the show. In a later moment, an officer is seen playing with his canine partner during downtime. Meanwhile, another officer and canine share a moment together, even appearing to dance. Not long after, a duty dog forgets protocol and starts licking the officer mid-shift. Meanwhile, a stubborn canine refuses to walk and instead climbs onto the officer's back during patrol. During routine movement, an officer slips after his eager canine pulls ahead unexpectedly. In another moment, a duty dog insists on joining a search in its own way by climbing onto the officer's shoulder. Meanwhile, a group of canine dogs gather around their handler, clearly asking for attention and pets.
Hey, Joe.
In a quieter interaction, an officer gives his canine partner a reassuring hug and gentle pat. Not long after, a police dog enthusiastically licks its handler, showing strong affection. Even during duty, some canines stay close, as one dog is seen being unusually clinging with its officer.
Quit! Get away from me. We're not friends anymore. You gotta have a permit for that.
And during a public event, a police dog appears completely confused by the surroundings, repeatedly looking back at its handler for guidance. On a lighter note, a canine puppy reports for duty and is already too tired to continue. Meanwhile, a trained police dog gives a noticeable side-eye after inspecting a suspect, as if questioning the situation. Massachusetts police officer saves a dog that was hiding under a train.
Come here, Papa. What's up, Papa? What you got, Papa? Come here.
We heard the call come over for a dog stuck underneath the train.
During a break, a police dog loses focus entirely after spotting an officer with a donut. A canine becomes overly excited at the sight of a teddy toy. In a more disciplined display, a trained canine demonstrates how it can open and close a police car door on command.
Okay. Oh, it might be here.
Meanwhile, another canine waits for instructions mid-duty, clearly expecting the command to spin.
But we're not working.
Not long after, a police dog once again forgets its training the moment donuts are mentioned.
But I want you to just gaze at this thing, okay?
Returning to active calls, officers work together to corral a runaway horse moving through neighborhood streets.
He's right here.
Meanwhile, multiple officers respond to wrangle 4 loose horses running down a busy road.
And there was 4 big, like really pretty horses running down by Medoc Road.
What are the names? Joey!
So crazy to have caught that scene on camera. On a highway, officers attempt to capture a loose cow moving through traffic.
Well, it is the video that had everyone talking.
Officers and first responders marigold any attempt to be roped in.
Yeah, those horns look sharp.
Glad they could save it so it can go to the farm. Shortly after, a goat weaves through vehicles, forcing officers into a careful chase to corral it safely.
Oh. Hey, get over on that side. Hey, if you guys are crossing.
Meanwhile, an officer steps in to guide a donkey wandering in the middle of a highway.
There's a donkey in the middle of I-90. Come here. Come here, sweetie.
Shortly after, officers catch a raccoon attempting to steal snacks from a vending machine. In a rescue operation, officers save a baby moose struggling in a lake.
But Mama...
Meanwhile, a bear casually walks through downtown streets, prompting a monitored police response. In a more complex situation, officers help remove a bear and her cubs from inside a vehicle. In another rescue, an officer frees a trapped dog and brings it to safety. In a surprising moment, a woodpecker repeatedly taps on a mountain patrol officer, mistaking him for a tree. Meanwhile, a traffic officer forms an unexpected bond with a bird that follows him during patrol. and officers monitor and guide a bear as it safely crosses a roadway, ensuring public safety. In Florida, officers in a local trap will respond to an unusual backyard intrusion, carefully pulling an alligator out of a residential pool after it snuck inside. In another welfare-style response, police are seen allowing a thirsty manatee to safely drink fresh water, briefly pausing the situation to let the animal hydrate. Meanwhile, a stray dog is gently given water by an officer, a brief moment showing calm care during a routine call. In a coordinated response, officers arrive after 5 ducklings fall into a storm drain, carefully recovering them and reuniting them with their mother. Not long after, a fast-moving situation unfolds as a cat is pulled to safety after being trapped during flooded conditions.
Okay, let's go.
Meanwhile, inside a supermarket, officers are forced to wrangle a wild turkey, causing disruption through the aisles.
Well, grab him then. He's gonna jump.
At the same time, another turkey incident escalates outdoors as a particularly aggressive bird harasses officers on duty.
Quack, quack! Get back up! Back up! Back up!
In a lighter but unusual moment, an officer is seen treating a massive bear almost like a canine partner during a calm interaction. Soon after, a fast-moving pursuit unfolds as officers attempt to catch a wild pig running through open ground. Meanwhile, troopers encounter a wandering donkey, briefly showing operations to guide it out of danger. Shortly after, officers respond to a runaway horse situation, working to regain control as it escapes its owners.
Hi. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, good job.
At the same time, a group of wild turkeys appears on the roadway, causing brief disruption to traffic flow. In a quieter rescue, troopers save a kitten trapped beneath a patrol car, carefully lifting it to safety. Meanwhile, another officer attempts to catch a turkey that has broken into a residential area and causing disruption.
Come on! Don't do that to me. You're alright.
Glad they could free it. In a freezing environment, an officer carefully crawls into an icy lake to rescue a stranded dog. In a calmer interaction, an officer comforts a dog that had been left tied to a car in the heat outside a store.
Yeah, she's taking video.
Meanwhile, a bear is seen on the run as officers attempt to track and contain it moving through the area. At the same time, turkeys repeatedly chase a man around his vehicle, creating chaotic roadside scene. In a more rural incident, a bear stumbles into the wrong area and disputes a chicken coop in search of food. Finally, a recurring pattern emerges as turkeys chase a man out of his way to work, turning an everyday departure into a daily escape. I found more clips of saving pets before disaster. Click the video on the screen to watch.